Bruce? We're all on.
Oh no, they're singing the backstage.
Welcome to the Elevator Showcase. I'm very glad you're here. If it's your first time being here, thank you so much for being here. If you've watched one of our shows before and you're back, I'm grateful you're back. I'm Ashley Whitehurst, your host for tonight. The Elevator is part of the Trident Network, which produces all sorts of content, videos and podcasts and shows like these. So be sure to check out all the other stuff they've got going on. A little bit about the show tonight. So The Elevator is a show that aims to do away with gatekeeping and amplify artistic talent in various mediums. Each of our performers gets 5 to 6 minutes to showcase whatever they want. If someone wants for us to watch them eat dinner for 5 minutes, great. That's art, baby. So if you like what you see and want to boost talent, do so. Follow these folks on social media. Retweet their stuff, whatever. Just please avoid parasocial relationships with them. If you're in a position to hire them to do something, do that. If you're an agent who stumbled upon this channel, hello, hi, did you get my headshot and resume? And also, have I aged out of playing a high schooler? But more importantly, represent these folks because we've got a great group of people performing tonight. We've got some improv, we got some videos, we may have some written pieces. It's just a crudité of talent. One last thing, I want to remind you to engage in the chat. It makes us feel special, but especially tonight, we're going to need your chats. And you'll know what I mean soon, I promise you. So get your fingers ready to type. Oh yeah. Hey, I know it's evening, but it feels right for a morning show. Let's hop into the elevator with Susie and Ed.
Welcome back to Wake Up, Eden Grove. This morning we have a very special guest. It's our town's newest resident, Nick Toussaint.
Hey everybody, Maggie Erickson, can I just call you Maggie?
Absolutely, Nick.
It's great to be here. I've never been on a live show before, so I'm a little nervous.
It's okay, the pleasure is all mine. Now let's get down to it.
Sure.
Most people in Eden Grove have lived here for generations and generations. I mean, we don't even need any kind of DNA test. 23 and not me, thank you. But you chose to move to Eden Grove. Why here? Why now?
Well, that's an interesting question, really. living in Chicago, it's just so busy and congested. And truth be told, it's the brochure I got. I got a brochure in the mail about Eden Grove, and the pictures were lovely. The text was just perfect, and I right then and
You
there
fell in
knew.
love.
I knew. Yes. Dreams come true was the promise. So I didn't even hesitate. I sold my condo. I signed a 6-year lease here. 6 years. Who does that? I did. 6 years. I'm stuck.
We usually don't even have leases. People just stay. But Nick, it's been a long time since this town had an eligible bachelor move in. Tell us, how's that been, being the new guy in town?
Well, it's okay now, but it was a bumpy start. All right, it was a bumpy start.
Oh, that's strange. In Eden Grove, usually everything is smooth. What happened?
I'll tell you what happened. Day one, I get here, right? You know, the promise of love and starting a family. I'm rolling through the neighborhood park, right?
And your white pants. I heard about the white pants.
Oh, don't get me started about my white pants.
Oh, but they were universally beloved, those white pants.
You know, that started my journey here was the white pants. I fell out of a bus and I ripped my knee. And I thought I made a big deal of it because those are $300, by the way.
Yeah.
Turns out having a hole in your knee
Fashion.
is sexy.
It's fashion. Yeah.
It's sexy.
Absolutely,
So, you know,
it is.
Lemon to lemonade type of thing with the pants. Yes,
So you took your sexy white pants to the park.
I did.
What
I did.
happened next?
Fritzy happened. You know exactly who I'm talking about. If you're an Eden Grove
I
resident,
do.
you know about Fritzy Fitzsimmons.
Full disclosure, I've been fritzed myself.
Let me tell you something. That son of a bitch. Is this cable?
It's okay. It's okay.
That son of a bitch,
School.
Fritzy. Let me tell you, I'm walking, minding business. I see a nice young lady. I just introduced myself, and he came out. This 68-year-old man, he came out like a bear. He came out like I was invading on his property. I almost got into a fisticuffs with a 68-year-old man.
Fisticuffs with Fritzy?
With Fritzy. It was
Oh.
frantic.
It was a frantic fisticuffs with Fritzy.
I'll tell you, I almost regretted signing my 6-year lease.
Oh, well, we're sure glad you didn't, because I understand it's thanks to you that we have our new speed dating at the church.
Well,
Before you, we didn't need it.
because of me, perhaps, but also because of Fritzy. With him around, if you don't have a speed dating, you better, I hope you have a self-defense class because he's going to attack you in a minute. You have to speed date. You have to go in and out.
Well, I understand the pastor at the church has set up very strict rules of engagement so that Fritzy can't come over and bother you.
You know, I know those rules are in place, but I gotta tell you, I don't think they're really gonna do anything if Fritzy gets enraged. If he thinks the single men are hitting on the single women, he thinks that
That all the
his right.
women belong to him.
Yes. Talk about
Well,
antiquated thought.
Right.
I
Well,
mean,
that's
Jesus.
why we're all so glad you're here.
No.
Now, leaving that aside, although we'll get back to, the results of your speed dating, but I understand that it's not just the women in Eden Grove who are wanting your body. I understand that the Eden Grove Brew Pub softball team has been trying to recruit you.
You know, I may have moved to Eden Grove to get out of Chicago, but apparently some of my reputation preceded me. I don't want to brag, but I was all state freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year of high school in softball. It was the women's league. I'm not going to lie, we didn't have a men's league, but
Even then, you were a ladies' man.
well, one kind of goes with the other.
Oh, well, it looks like we're running out of time.
No,
Thank you so much for coming on our show, Nick. It's been so great to have you.
I was going to talk about the murders.
Anyway, when we come back from break, look out, cucumbers. There's a new pickling sensation in town. It's eggs. What in the world? Chef Andrew shows us how after the commercials.
Oh, that was amazing. Susie and Ed, give them some love in the chat. That was phenomenal. I do have to say, fancy fisticuffs with Fritz kind of sounds like a really tasty cocktail. Is that me? I don't know. Maybe I just want a really nice cocktail. I don't know what would go into that cocktail. So maybe if you're in the chat, tell me what I should be putting in that cocktail. I said cocktail like 5 times. That's ridiculous. Let's keep this moving. We have my favorite filthy millennial here for the first time in the elevator doing something kind of serious that we all need to be thinking about. Ding, ding, the elevator's here. In we go with Jackie Wiles.
Hi, everyone. I've gathered you here today because I'm dead. Let's get down to business. Do you remember the summer of 2020 when there was a pandemic going on? Mom had me take out a $100,000 life insurance policy, and she wanted me to set up a plan in case I had an unexpected death. And in this case, I did. Assuming that the government has forgiven student loans, I'm debt free. I would like to be cremated with all of my Wonder Woman books. Here they are for reference, so you know what to look for. If for some reason I can't be cremated, then I would like to be buried in my Fleabag jumpsuit that I am wearing right now. According to Illinois Cremation Centers, I'll drop the link below, it's going to be about $595, but with my books, we're just going to round it up to $650 just to be safe. We're at $99,350 left to spend. When you're cremated, men are left with about 6 pounds of ash, whereas women are left with about 4 pounds. In this case, with me and my books, I'm going to estimate that we're going to be left with 7 pounds of remains. So a plain cookie jar can hold about 48 ounces, which is 3 pounds. I would like 2 pounds of my remains to go into my Wonder Woman cookie jar. Here's a photo for reference. I would like my family, assuming I am not married and I have no children, to go to Ireland. I would like you to either throw or dump 1 pound of me off the cliffs of Moher. And I would also like another pound of me scattered all over Ireland. According to a blog I found that was written in 2019, I'll drop the link below. Estimate-wise, it's going to be about $20,000 for everyone. So now we're left with $79,350, and I've got 3 pounds left. I would like to take a half pound and go to Sweetwater's Donut Mill in Kalamazoo, Michigan, the one on Stadium Drive. And I would like to be made into their White Cloud donuts. Here's a photo for reference. Now, I don't know if this is illegal, but we may have to bribe Sweetwater's Donuts. So I've dropped a link below on how to bribe someone. And let's just say it's going to be about $30,000 to bribe them. Once I've been turned into donuts, I would like all my family, all of my friends, and all of my enemies to eat me. Now we've got $49,350 to spend, and we've got 2.5 pounds of my remains left. There's this company in the UK called Vinely. Here's a link. Vinely takes approximately 1 teaspoon of your remains and turns it into a pressed vinyl record. So we're going to take 1/16 pound or 1 ounce of my ashes and turn them into records. 1/16 pound equals 1.92 tablespoons, so we're going to round that up to 2. 1 tablespoon equals 3 teaspoons. So in those 2 tablespoons, we've got 6 teaspoons, which equals 6 records that are all about me. So the cost of your record varies between $1,200 and $3,500, depending if you have album artwork or a sleeve design, cover, etc. I don't need any of that. Now I would like a double-sided record. One side will have my favorite phrases that I like to say. Fucking titties! Wonder Woman! Donuts. To my dear nieces, Neville and Marianne, I'm always with you if you eat the donuts. On side 2 of my record, I would like Lady Gaga's Bad Romance on a 12-inch record that can record up to 18 to 22 minutes, so the song can be repeated 4 times. Each record turns out to be about $2,000. 2,000 times 6 equals 12,000, and we're left with $37,350 and 2.44 pounds of me left. Get some other cookie jars, fill them up so everyone gets their own little bit of Jackie. Scatter me in different locations. Bell's Brewery, Sweetwater's Donuts, my first Chicago studio apartment where I'm currently filming this, so future tenants never actually have to live alone. Bury me with Ranger and Cheyenne. If Ruby's ashes have been placed somewhere, put some with her. If St. Francis has passed, put some of me with him. And oh my gosh, can't believe I'm saying this. If Trigger has passed, make sure you put some of me with him. Oh boy. That's the current plan, everyone. Cheers. God, I'm gonna miss beer so much.
Oh, that was incredible. Oh my gosh. While I was watching that, I was having this thought, and I am eager to hear if anybody else has had this thought. Is getting someone's ashes just another version of being asked to be in someone's wedding? Do you know what I mean? Like, is that the same type of level? Because that's how I feel. If somebody doesn't give me their ashes, then I feel like I wasn't really their friend. So amazing. Great job. So much love in the chat. Keep giving it up for Jackie on that. That was phenomenal. And we got a Trigger cameo, which is my favorite thing ever, always. All right. We are going to move on to our next brave soul, who is here to do improv virtually for the first time ever. So we're going to squeeze into the elevator with Richard and his new best friend, Jackie. Come with.
Well, hey, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I really appreciate it. We're going to do a little bit of two-man improv here for you tonight. But like most improv shows, me and Jackie are going to do this. But we're going to need a suggestion to start. So let's start with a suggestion of a place. Right in the chat, just plop it down in the chat. Just give me a place, something like Starbucks, but not Starbucks. So yeah, looks like we have really good suggestions. The Bean, I love that place. I'm not going to pick it as a suggestion, but I love that place. Let's go with the Death Star. Jackie, you got that? The Death Star. All right. Well, before we get started, we need one more thing. We need an occupation. So someone give me in the chat an occupation. Just give me an occupation that someone might have. Yeah. Okay, good. Good suggestions. Plumber. Let's go with plumber. That's a good, if we didn't have plumbers, we'd have problems. Am I right? I mean, that's a job you can feel like it means something, you know? All right, well, let's get started. But before that, I just need a relationship. So what is a relationship that you would have with another person or some other person might have with you? A relationship. Okay, we've got some good suggestions in the chat. Good. Oh, this is my favorite one personally. Yeah, wife. Let's go with that, wife, from the chat. All right. Now, follow-up question. What would make me a good husband to a wife? What is something that would make me in particular a better, I guess, husband, so that I could feel okay about being a good husband to a wife? Let's see in the chat what we got here. All right, some good suggestions. I love a lot of these. I've tried and just haven't really done a lot. Okay, good. All right, excellent foot rubber. Let's go with being an excellent foot rubber. Jackie, you got that? All right, we're ready to go. As soon as I get one more suggestion, how about something that might give someone a consistent sense of self-worth? A consistent sense of self-worth. Anyone? What might give someone a consistent sense of self-worth? All right. It looks, you guys got to keep up the suggestions because they're slowing down a bit, but it looks like good in bed is the one that we're going to go with. So we're going to try and perform a scene. Jackie, I hope that's okay with good in bed. But before we do that, let's let's just get one more suggestion. If someone you loved was killed, but then someone created a copy of that person that was perfect down to the atomic level, how would you know? How would you know? How would you know? All right. Yeah. Okay, good. Some good suggestions here. You guys are on fire tonight. I appreciate it. And we're just about to get rolling. So you try kissing them. Good suggestion. Really good suggestion. You want to try kissing them. Interesting. All right. Well, let's go. As soon as we ask this next suggestion, if I died, what would you remember me for? If I died, what would you remember me for? Okay, some of you are just exclaiming, but it's good. It's like, I would say, okay, good. Asking questions, good answer. That's funny, really funny. But we're gonna take one more suggestion, and then we'll probably Jackie and I will perform. All right, at my funeral, what would you say for my eulogy? At my funeral, what would you say for my eulogy? It looks like, yeah, we got some good suggestions. Hey, yeah, Bruce, yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah, sure, yeah, okay, all right, yeah. Okay. I'll be done in just a second. Okay. So, yes, one more and then we'll go. Jackie is ready. I know she's ready. I am. We're both ready. So, if one had too many ideas in their head and not enough time in their whole lifetime to pull all of those ideas off, how do you decide which of those ideas to pursue? Anyone in the chat, just, give some suggestions in the chat. Then we'll get started. Okay. We'll get started. All right, good suggestions. I see Ask Jackie. That's a good suggestion, Jackie. We'll get to that. So the next question I have is if they only preferred the easiest ideas because they're busy with fatherhood and work and all those other stuff, are they just a lazy asshole? Are they just a lazy asshole? Anyone? Just in the... Wait, no, open the doors. You don't close the doors on me. Open them. Open the doors, Bruce. Please, I need this. Just give me 1 more minute. I just need a suggestion. When I die, is that how I'll be remembered, as a lazy asshole? Anyone in the chat? Anyone? Okay. Is there some way for me to do anything that people will remember me for, maybe? Or I'm in the chat. Okay, start.
Great, thank you so much, Richard. That was fantastic.
No.
I'm so happy you were here. But be sure to give him some love in the chat, and then maybe follow him on Twitter.
No, wait.
Yep.
You can't do this to Jackie. You cannot do this.
Jackie's okay.
I just need a suggestion of like one thing I've done right lately. I just need an affirmation.
Do you want that from me, or did you want that from the chat, or the internet?
Ashley.
Yeah.
Can we start over?
Absolutely not. We can't start over. Boy, that was something, folks. Sure hope everybody goes and sees live improv after this. It'll be good like that. I promise. Wow. Everyone okay? If you wouldn't mind giving Richard some affirmations in the chat, I think that would help. And maybe throw a few Jackie's way. I think she absolutely crushed it as a scene partner there. So yeah, please. He needs it. Okay. All right, let's keep it moving. All right. I've lived in the South and I've lived on the East Coast. But this next video and these characters remind me that Midwestern folks will always always help out in whatever way they can and in ways that other people might not. Into the elevator with Jackie Duleba.
Yep, that's gonna need at least 3 coats of spackle, and then we're gonna buff it out with my nice electric sander. See where I'm going? And then we're gonna give it a nice primer and then 2 layers of tan. And it's gonna look brand new, like brand new. Just came out of the shop. So with parts and labor and all, that's gonna be about 50 grand. I can start on it next week, but it depends on the weather. It has to be 78 and sunny. You really need optimal weather conditions for everything to go just right. All right, thank you. See you next week. Knock on wood, it don't rain. All right. Have a good day. Okay, send in who's next. Whoa, that's a hell of a botch job you got there. What the hell happened? Ugh, I know. My husband had a friend at work who knew a guy who he claimed was one of the best around the area, and he would do it for half the price. And now my bosoms are misshapen and I'm on my way to divorce court. Was this guy licensed and bonded? Well, no. See? That was your mistake. That's what you call a jobber. You don't want to leave a job like that to a jobber, okay? Just tell me you can fix this. This is not good. This isn't supposed to be flat. They're pointing in different directions. I need help. Oh yeah, I can fix that. But it ain't gonna be cheap. But we'll get the job done right. Okay, so what's this gonna cost me? Well, let me take a better look at you. Hold on. I got to get some measurements going on here. Okay. Okay. That's going to be a big job, that's for sure. Well, first I got to undo the mess that's going on over here. Then I got to order a couple of premium double C's with purified saline. Not using that silicone from the 80s crap. That stuff becomes a leaky mess and you'll be back here in a couple weeks. So what's it gonna cost? Well, the base cost is gonna be 50 grand in case I run into problems. Like I said, I don't know what's going on the inside. So we're starting at 50 with a job like this. 50 grand, huh? So is this the best we can do? Well, that depends. You think you could pay cash? Because if you pay cash, I could go down to 48. And I'll tell you what, if you could pay cash, I'll even throw in a couple of new nipples for you. How does that sound? Well, I suppose they are a little worn out. Well, I've seen worse, but I mean, you don't want to have dented hubcaps on a Ferrari, right? So we might as well just do the whole thing and make it nice. That sounds good. So when can we start? Well, it's going to be towards the end of September. September? But it's May. I was hoping to get this done by summer. Yeah, well, you and about 100 of my other clients. Summer's my busiest season. Well, I guess if that's the best you can do. All right, I'll tell you what I can do. I can put you on my standby list in case of a cancellation, but don't hold your breath. That almost never happens. Yes, that would be good. You know what? Don't worry. I'm going to have you all fixed up by sweater season. You're going to look great. Well, okay. Okay, great. Now all I need is the 50% deposit. You can work it out with my receptionist on the way out. She'll take real good care of you. Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah. No, I'm divorced. Sure, I would love to dance.
Oh, who doesn't love titty explosions? That was great. That was phenomenal. Give it up for blue collar workers. Give it up for Jackie Duleba. Give it up for mixing bowls as hats and blueprints and Jing. That was incredible. I trust them to fix anything on me going forward. So, hey, up next is me. I am getting into the elevator, and I would like for you to come with me. Come along. Okay. You've probably seen enough of me tonight, so I'm sorry for this, but I'm not sorry. I wanted to share with you something that others might find valuable. I don't know. I wrote this today. It's an op-ed that'll most likely probably not ever be run in the Chicago Tribune or New York Times, but I sent it to them just to see, because your big break is just around the corner, you know? I thought I'd share it with you just because things are changing, and I thought it might be helpful if we were able to have an honest conversation with those around us who might be shocked by the change that's happening. So I wrote an open letter to my pets, because that's what you do when you need to communicate something difficult with animals. And I want to share some parts of it with you. And I think it's worthy of being templatized and used in every household. So I guess just let me know what you think. If you've got pets, you know, maybe you can relate. Okay, here goes. Dear Betty and Debbie, those are my pets' names. As I grapple with what comes next in a post people care about COVID world, I want to let you know of a couple things that are going to be changing and what might not be changing for you. I'm aware that our copious amount of time together has probably yielded a bit of a codependent relationship, and that's probably more on my part, if we're honest. You probably won't even notice the changes happening around you, but I just want to be transparent. So things that may change. Bullet one, time. I may be gone for longer amounts of time. This doesn't mean I don't love you or don't value our time together. It just means I want to experience a little more than the dust bunnies on the ceilings or trying to figure out if the upstairs neighbor has finished Parks and Rec. I may decide to travel a little bit, which means I'll be away for days at a time. And Debbie, you will be fine, because I'll drop you off at your best dog friend's house and you'll forget I existed, just like you've done in the past. You may not think that I don't notice that you don't whine as I walk away and cry, but I notice. And I know that were we to recreate the classic final scene in Air Bud, where they let the dog choose where he's going, I would lose. And it's something that I've radically accepted that. So you're fine. Betty, since you decided to stop eating and almost put yourself into severe liver failure the last time I was gone for 2 days, I'll arrange for someone to come stay with you, because I understand you require 12 hours of lap time, but please be easy on a cat sitter. Bullet two, conversation. You may notice I don't talk with you as much anymore. You haven't done anything wrong. You shouldn't worry that I don't want to talk to you. It's just, I'll be getting more opportunities to have human interactions, which sometimes yields more productive and challenging conversations for me. So sure, you and I have had some really good conversations over the past year, but you still haven't provided your counter to the question I posed 6 months ago over our shared bowl of popcorn. Are people inherently evil or are inherently good? And can we be both at different parts of our lives? It's a hard question to answer. It's almost too big. It's unfathomable, right? Which is how it's felt for me and some of the other humans around. It's been a really tough year and a half. The future feels so hopeless. And I'm sorry to dump all this on you now. I feel like I've done a good job hiding it from you as I played Zelda Breath of the Wild and took too many showers because I was bored, or I tried to see how long I could grow out my leg hair so I could be fuzzy like you. That was fun. It's just that it's all just sort of hitting me now as I write this to you. I feel hopeless most of the time these days. I haven't told you that, because I worry that you're going to respond by licking your butt, Debbie, or Betty, that you'll lead me to your dish full of food and scream out at me and say, "This isn't what I ordered, bitch." And I won't feel like I've been heard, so I've just kind of kept it in. I digress. I'm sorry. I'll say that heavy stuff for humans, and we can go back to me asking if you're a hot dog, or if you remember your parents, or where you came from, or you trying to understand my agony as I talk through the idea that the mullet hairdo is legitimately making a comeback, and I'm genuinely conflicted on whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, because sometimes I think it's a dope haircut, and other times I'm not sure. So yeah. Bullet 3, money. Okay, related to the first 2 points, sometimes my excursions away from home mean I'm gonna be spending some money on some extracurricular things, some exciting things like new socks or shaving cream. The list just goes on. It's crazy. I can provide itemized receipts of this if you want. But what does it mean for you? Well, it may mean less impulse buys. You may not get what you need or want. You're gonna get what you need. You may not get what you want. For example, Betty, that new purple catnip toy I got from Amazon, was that something you wanted? No. And I knew that the minute you sniffed it and walked away and never returned to it. And that was kind of rude, but I know you don't really care much about pleasing me since you're a cat. Which begs the question, are cats inherently evil or inherently good? Can they be both at different times of their lives? Okay, so things that will remain consistent. Bullet 1. Love and adoration. I'm aware I tend to channel too much Elmira from the Animaniacs, so I'll do my best to tone that down. And I really hope you got that reference, girls, because I'm trying to raise you in a way where you're aware of cultural touch points, and Animaniacs was a big one. Bullet 2. I'm going to still take a picture of you today, which is going to look like the picture I took of you yesterday, which is going to look like the picture I took of you the day before. But what you did just now was so freaking cute. Bullet 3. I will continue to genuinely exclaim that I am so happy to meet your basic needs every single day. It's a weird thing to say, I get it, but I mean it. And there's nothing better than taking care of something you love. And I think in your own way, you're taking care of me. So yeah, I hope this all makes sense and you were able to read this letter over a cup of coffee. You know how you do. You know where to find me if you want to chat through this. And yeah, okay, I'm wrapping this up because you've both lost interest and have wandered off. Okay. All right. I love you. Okay. Great. All right. That was fine. That was fine. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna move on from that one. What's more than fine is our next performer. Whereas I had to have a frank conversation with my pets about what to expect, Paul Micheli wants you to get stoked for the future. So get into the elevator with.
Hello, everybody. Gary here. As your president of Johnson Synergy Solutions, I'm happy to say we're coming back to the office. Yay! I know it's been a tough 15 months, working apart from each other, forced to spend time with our families, wearing comfortable pants, and maybe taking naps. Even some of us had our houses started on fire. But no more. We're coming back. Butts in seats, like good capitalists. Look, I know some of you actually enjoy working from home, really enjoy the time away. But I want you to think of this as a vacation with khakis and pantsuits. That's right. Think of the perks of coming back and getting away from the kids and having real adult conversations. Hey, Sandra, how are you? Oh, hey, Todd. Baby shark doo 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 doo. Baby shark doo 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 doo. That's all I've done for 15 months. I just want you to make sure you don't talk about the following. Politics, religion, vaccines, masks, herd immunity, January 6th, the police, Facebook, Twitter, Israel, China, Russia, polar bears, and finally the hot weather. But everything else is fine. Talk about everything else. Plenty of topics. Hey, Sandra, so what's new? Well, grass is green. Wouldn't it be fun to come in every day to check your temperature? It's because I care about your health. We're going to celebrate all the missed birthdays. Think of all that cake you wouldn't be getting if you were still working at home. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be a blast. Plus, don't you want to see your coworkers? I want you to feel free to greet them however you feel appropriate. We'll even let you do hugs, as long as the other party agrees to it. Betty, it's been forever. Can I give you a hug? No. 6 feet, 6 feet, 6 feet. No. Oh, God. Damn it. But none of that elbow stuff. None of that. That looks awkward. No one likes it. It's not cool. None of that. And don't you miss casual Fridays? Hey, Betty, check out my shirt. No, you stay 6 feet away. Oh, God, not again. Why? But guys, don't be 3 or 4 feet away from someone and exaggerate that you're actually like 6 feet away. I mean, I don't have to do that. By the way, guys, HR wanted me to make sure that we enforce the 6-foot rule in the bathrooms as well. A lot of new rules. I know it's tough, but to ease the pain, I will institute a fun new rule. Nap time. That's right, nap time. Everyone has to nap at exactly 2 o'clock every day. It will make us more productive. I mean, I care about your health. I care so much about your health. One final rule. We do have to stay professional with our dress code. So please, for the love of God, wear pants. All right. We're back, baby. I am looking forward to seeing all of you guys back here in your seats, working hard really soon. I miss you guys. All right. See you soon. How do I see? There we go. All right. They're suckers. They're suckers. It's amazing. I don't know how I'm convincing them to do this. All right. Do you want to go get something to eat or something? All right, cool. Let's get out of here.
Oh, okay, great. Those shorts, yowza. I'd like to borrow those sometimes, Paul. Honestly, I think they would be really comfortable to run in. I personally cannot wait for arbitrary rules like that again. So thank you for reminding us why offices suck. And everybody at the show has my permission to never go back to one. Okay. Great. Hey, thank you so much for being here. Again, we are part of the Trident Network. Check them out on the tridentnetwork.com or this Twitch for other shows that are coming up. Our next show is June 2nd. And we would love for you to be a part of it. If you've come to a few of these just to watch and maybe you want to try it, do it. It's super fun. Let us know at elevatorshowcase@gmail.com. Anyone can submit. You can submit anything you want, 5 minutes and under. Just don't do anything racist or misogynist or ableist or transphobic or, all the really bad things. This is not the show. If you want to do that, you can email Joe Rogan. That's my Joe Rogan joke. Hopefully we'll get we'll get all the haters to come after us for that one. Thank you so much for being here. We will see you next time. Everybody have a great night. And Bruce, roll credits.